Hi everyone, time for the weather for today. Please, if you haven't subscribed, you're into all kind of weather, whether it be watches, warnings, forecasts, you name it, anything coming up your way. Please subscribe, click the bell, and check off all to make sure you get all the latest in all of the weather news in general. My name is Jewel. Today is Saturday, the 21st of December. 2019. We're 4 days away from Christmas. How about that? Here's a watches and warnings map. I got lots of stuff to tell you guys about, so please watch this forecast through. Some nasty is coming for many people. Now, it's looking like all these inclement weather conditions are going to persist for the West Coast, as you can see right up here. From Washington State, you got a mixed bag of winter weather warnings, advisories, flood warnings, flood watches, high surf advisories. This goes down into portions of Oregon, as you can see. Now, this is all because of the stream of moisture. It's continuing. It's an atmospheric river, and it's going to produce this heavy rain and mountain snow with some gusty winds and that rough surf that I've been talking about. Meanwhile, you really don't see it on this watches and warnings map, but I'm going to show it to you. We're going to have a very soggy weekend across the south and southeast, as a powerful system from the Gulf of Mexico is going to deliver heavy rain, possible flooding, and some gusty winds. And as we look down in Hawaii right here, this is all because of the trade winds, the impact on the trade winds. That you've got some high wind warnings for all of the islands in Hawaii for all my friends down there. Now, as we take a look, we do have a chance of some snow here in California. High wind warnings in Oregon, Montana. This is just fog. It should lift off by lunchtime today. But over here, this is a main region I want to tell you about right now before we go any further. Right here in central and northern Georgia. This is a flood warning. Now, as of this morning earlier, Ogeechee River around Midville area and that area, it was at 6.5 feet. Now, the flood stage is 6 feet. There's a little bit of minor flooding occurring right now. Now, this river should drop below flood stage early Monday, but it's not going to drop any sooner. Now, at 6 feet, the access road into the river bluff in Midville area begins to flood, and the lower portion of Johnson Road near Herndon is also flooded. And then we got a flood warning, and in fact, it's going to continue for the Ohoopee River. I hope I pronounced that right, near Reidsville. Now, as of now, it's at 12.4 feet. The flood stage is 11 feet. Minor flooding is occurring. And it's looking like the forecast for this river is going to continue to rise to near 12.6 feet by early Tuesday morning. Now, as it rises, it may be possible that it's going to even get a little bit higher. We're going to have to wait and see. At 11 feet, which it is right now, the water starts to enter the backyards of some homes in the Joy Bluff community. And it's probably going to get a little higher as we go through the weekend, folks, for these areas. So please be aware and stay alert. Now, as we take a look at the weather prediction map for the next 3 days, you can see this was looking pretty on the ball, folks, for today. We do have some snow that's going to occur from California up into Washington State and over in southern Vancouver. Now, this should be mixed precipitation with snow and rain. Wherever this blue is, mixed precipitation, and also in northern Idaho and some in Montana. We got some rain in Washington State. We got some heavy snow where you see these little gray lines going through in California and up in Washington State. Mixed bag, as I just showed you, as we got 2 more lows from this atmospheric river coming in. But over in this area, the rain does start. This is rain and thunderstorms from down in Louisiana, moving up into Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. And we have some steady rain that's going to be happening in South Carolina through Texas, down through Houston, not reaching Dallas. Dallas is looking pretty good at this time. Now, as we move on through to tomorrow, this heavy rain is going to start to get worse, folks. Heavy rain and flash flooding. You can see it right there in the Georgia, South Carolina area where I just showed you on the watches and warnings map. Flooding is starting, minor flooding starting to occur. It could get a lot worse. Now, you guys need to keep up with this, okay? So, please keep this in mind. And we get to Monday, and then in South Carolina. Now, it's looking like the low itself is going to bring some places some very heavy rain and flooding. And as it's looking right now for southeast Georgia and southeast South Carolina. Now, this is going to be coming up on Monday. Heavy rain, flooding, widespread to moderate to locally heavy rain. It's going to fall across the region Saturday night, right on through Monday. You guys have a 100% chance of rain Sunday through Monday. Rainfall totals 4 to 6 inches, and it could be even higher amounts, and some higher amounts are expected. Minor flooding of low-lying and poor drainage areas will likely occur, and there is this chance for flash flooding. Now, this flash flooding could happen especially if heavy rains fall around the time of high tides. So, keep this in mind. Now, you're going to have some wind gusts. The wind gust, by the time it gets up and pushes out over land, by the time it gets to these areas, it should die down a little from what we saw on the European model the other day. But there's still going to be probably around 40 to 45 mile per hour wind gust. And this wind is going to occur across mostly the coastal counties of southeast South Carolina, southeast Georgia, Sunday into Monday. Now you're going to have some high surf, of course, in these same areas. And it's going to build up rapidly late Sunday and Sunday night across the coastal waters in these areas. Breakers of 5 feet or greater could impact your beaches into Monday. And it's going to cause some beach erosion. And the elevated tides with the strong winds is why that's going to happen. And the coastal flooding is going to be probably moderate coastal flooding across the area Sunday through Monday. So please keep this in mind. And this also goes inland some into Charleston, South Carolina. All this stuff I've told you. So keep your eyes open, folks. Listen to your local weather forecast, because the track of this storm, this is just what it's looking like it may do. It may change a little bit. As you see, we have these highs. Highs push things down. It could change it just a little, but this is what it's looking like right as of now. Now we got to look at the GFS map. This map is courtesy of Levi over at Tropical Tidbits. I'm going to try to explain to you why all this stuff is happening. You can see before I turn it on, over in Washington State, mixed bag of stuff is coming in. This hasn't really got generated up, this storm down here yet, as of 6 a.m. this morning, but some rain has started in Louisiana and in Mississippi. But we're just going to turn it on, let it roll. You can see your timestamp right here. What is happening, my friends? Well, front moving inland over the Pacific Northwest. We're going to start there. It advances to parts of the northern high plains, the Great Basin, by Monday morning. Now, Christmas Eve, associated moisture plume is going to slowly move southward along the west coast until the plume gets to southern California by late this Sunday night. Now, the system will produce rain over parts of the Pacific Northwest coast and snow at the higher elevations of the Cascades today. Tomorrow, as the plume of moisture is centered more on central California, rain and higher elevation snow will develop over parts of California and the Sierra Nevada mountains. In addition, by tomorrow evening, we got a weak onshore flow. It's going to aid in the return of rain and higher elevation snow to the Pacific Northwest into Monday morning. Now, meanwhile, we have an upper level low over the southern plains area. It's going to move southeastward into the eastern Gulf Coast by Monday, while intensifying. Circulation around the upper low will aid in pluming moisture off the Gulf of Mexico northward into the Tennessee Valley today and off the Atlantic by Sunday. Now, the storm's going to produce rain over parts of the central Gulf Coast, while an upper-level energy is going to aid in producing rain over parts of the western Gulf Coast states that will slowly recede into the Gulf of Mexico overnight tonight. Now, also overnight tonight, rain is going to develop over parts of the central and eastern Gulf Coast. By tomorrow, the rain will move into the southeast and continue over the area through Monday morning. Temperatures. Well, let's check out temperatures right quick. In the southwest to the central plains, it looks like temperatures should be around 15 to 25 degrees above average over the northern high plains and Rockies. Eastward into the upper middle Mississippi Valley and the central plains by Saturday evening. And that's a check of your weather. Everybody stay safe. Be aware. It looks like if you're going to go out and do your last minute Christmas shopping in certain areas, especially if you are down in these areas through today, especially tonight, tomorrow night, and Monday, you're going to have some rain to put up with, okay? You're going to have some breezy winds and wind gusts to put up with. So keep this in mind if you're out and about. If you're over in the northwest, please be careful as you have a mixed bag of all kinds of precipitation going on. Have a good day, a safe day, a blessed day. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, all that stuff you do for me. I thank you so much. Peace, love, and kindness to each of you. Thanks for watching.